Well, hello, Marilyn.
Hello, Ingrid, and happy
How are you?
holidays.
Exactly. Happy holidays to you. This is just the topic for that we wanted to talk about family feelings and the holidays. This is well for now. I think this is a brilliant topic to discuss. So, family feelings and the holidays. Marilyn, what can you tell us about that?
Well, have you ever noticed that when you go home, you stop being a 35-year-old or a 42-year-old and you become 10 or 6 or something? Because for a lot of us, the family's identity of you is something that they locked in when you were very young. Oh, you're a person who does this, and you're a person who doesn't do this. And the fact that you've changed radically, created your own life. Oh, you don't have good financial, even though you're making 100,000 a year or something. They don't want to lose that box, that identity they have of you, for you. And so it's projected very strongly on us when we go home for the holidays. So I just want to say, be aware of that, or be aware that you took that on, because we're past Christmas. I know there are lots of different holidays, but just notice it and notice that it's not you. That's one thing I really want to say. Another thing that happens in the holidays is you're expected to have these joyful feelings. That hurts my head.
Yeah, mine too.
There's so many people who are unhappy in the holidays because they haven't met their expectations. They have been projected on that they should be happy and joyful. And I just spent too much money and I hate my grandfather. And, you're not allowed to have those things. It's all about controlling you, whether it's through family or the media or whatever. So here's something I want to say about feelings. I used to tell my psychotherapy clients, feelings appear real, but they don't necessarily reflect reality. When you start having these feelings, one of the things that you can do is to go, well, who does this belong to? How much am I picking up the depression from everybody? But also a great question to ask, if I weren't having this feeling, what would I be aware of? Because your awareness is very different from your feelings.
Yeah, that is so true. And it's so interesting because if you look at the average family, first of all, knowing who you are, what you would like to be in life, and then the parents having projections on the children about, and also their dreams, projecting their dreams on the children, as in, okay, I would be happy if I am, I don't know, like a secretary maybe. So if that's your mom's idea, then she would like you to become one. And if your mom has this idea that that she always wanted to become a doctor, but never could go to university because of generation or whatever it was, and now all these projections are pointed towards you because you are now the daughter, and you now need to fulfill that dream. And that's the agenda or the projection that the mother, that's just one person projecting on somebody else and trying to steer them that way. And then obviously everybody else, all the participants, have these unspoken projections, expectations of everybody else, and there is no space for, so what would I like to be, or what would you like to be yourself? And that's what is so fascinating when you start looking at this. And I say fascinating because if you look at it in a way of, okay, this is fascinating, then it sort of hurts less.
Yes, but you said, yeah, there's no space for you. And that's one of the things that really is difficult for most of us during the holidays. And thank you for that. All the projections, you should be this, you shouldn't be that. And then there's another thing that comes up for most people, and that's a lot of what we call the distractor implants. Anger, rage, fury, hate, blame, shame, regret, addictive, compulsive, perverted points of view. These are all, how many of you have had guilt projected onto you if you don't go home for Christmas or Kwanzaa or any of Muslim holidays, Jewish holidays? How can you treat us that way? Which is really, if you can get this, first, that is projected onto you, but also that person is being completely selfish. And they're turning the tables. They're calling you selfish for not wanting to come home, but their only consideration is how they feel. And it's your job to make them feel better. You know what? It is never your job to make somebody feel better, ever, because it takes you out of being a priority for you. So go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what I'm just realizing is, it is other people projecting onto you, but how often is it these other people projecting something onto you, which is not even their own hope or wish, but they only do this because everybody else thinks that you are only a good family if all of you are together over Christmas or over whatever holidays. So then it's not even the parents projecting onto the children that they should be there, but it's really the neighbors or the friends of the parents projecting onto the parents that they're a good family, that they will believe that they're a good family if they have this, and the parents then trying to live up to that by inviting the children and expecting them to be there. So then it's not even theirs in the first place.
Yes, but they bought it as theirs. And all of this is by way of saying you can have a holiday season where you count. The first thing is to recognize all of the stuff that's being put on you and to go, do I believe that? Is that mine? No, that's not mine. And it's not my job to take care of them. The next thing is to decide what's going to work for you, actually. And sometimes that does mean, like I used to tell people, if you have to go home for 2 days and stay in a hotel. Make up something. But really figure out what's going to work for you. And the other thing is acknowledge yourself that you have the right to have a holiday season that's joyful for you, whether or not it works for other people. And reach out if you have some good friends who are there for you. You can talk about it if you're having some qualms. I went to a friend's house for Christmas dinner. It was great. We had so much fun. So it's really, to have a good holiday season for you, you have to be aware of all the stuff that's being put on you, tell it to go the heck away, and see what's actually going to work for you. So I hope you have a good holiday season and don't let other people's feelings and projections get in the way.
Exactly. I can only second that. Happy holidays for everyone. And thank you so much, Marilyn, for this conversation.
And thank you, Ingrid.